good evening, good evening. Welcome to Monday Moments with Patrina L broadcast. I thank you for tuning in on this fine day, March the 21st, 2022. I appreciate you all coming in. Yes, I appreciate you all coming in and joining me. If you would do me a favor, please like, share, and comment. Like, share, and comment on this broadcast. I thank you again for following, whether you're watching the live or watching the replay. I'm going to go ahead on and get started. I've been going through some things myself, and I tell you, it's just been some just some life things that I've been somewhat dealing with. So I have started doing some things to better me. I have the Audible book app, and with that I listen to affirmations in the mornings, and I listen to certain books that I'm reading, but it's being read to me. And you should try it, the Audible book app. You find that you get some things done. You know, if you declared that you wanted to read more, excuse me, I use that. Every book is not Audible, but sometimes they are, and those that are, I push play and let it read to me. And then some of them I have on my Kindle, but I've been going through some things trying to help better me, and going through a self-taught lessons for me that will help me. And I'm emphasizing me because I'm learning that if you don't love yourself and take care of yourself and do what you need to do to present your self happiness, then everything that's done around you is only gonna go so far. It's only gonna last so long. So if you can remember, I stated sometime last year when I started Monday Moments that I was currently going through some things, and a testimony was being formed. So wait just a minute, I got an error going on here, something going on. Okay, so I think I forgot to turn the notifications off on my camera. So hopefully that won't come up again. But nevertheless, I stated last year that I was currently going through some things, that a testimony was in the making, because I realized that I was going through a test. And the test was within me, dealing with things within me. So here we are a year later, not completely out of it, but I believe that the Lord has released me to express some things. I came up with this 10 ideas that will make you feel good about your life. And when I tell you these things, I'm not just saying it for you to do. I'm doing it also, because there have been some things that have came to light for me that have shown me where I was actually and where I am actually. And we get so caught up, and I said this before. I believe that we had gotten so caught up in living life, doing our hustle and bustle of everyday life, whether it's work or if you're a stay-at-home wife and mother, or you or just working in the church or whatever it is. We get so caught up in it that we forget ourselves, or we lose ourselves. And this is one of the things that had came to light about me during this pandemic, is that I realized that I had lost myself. I lost Patrina. Who is Patrina? I was known as the Coleman girls' mother, or Tavion's mom, my grandchildren's mother, my husband's wife, in the church, a first lady, a district missionary, evangelist, whatever. All of that had taken away from who I was. And I now am learning to find me. So the 10 ideas that will make you feel good about your life is a lesson that I've been going through, and I felt like it's time for me to share with you. It's easy to find yourself feeling bad about your life. Yes, I was there. Rather than feel good. Your thoughts can become louder than your actions. Your mind can become a disgusting swamp of negativity that drags you under the surface and makes you feel like you're drowning from a lack of oxygen. But breathe. Relax. To start feeling good about life, or better about your life, there are a few ideas that can help. Rejection. Rejection is redirection, not failure. And oftentimes we take rejection as something negative. But listen, making a list of your rejections can feel like you're looking at a list of failures. Your rejections can make you believe you stuffed up, or you're not good enough, or that always winning, or your friend or neighbor or whomever who's always winning beat you again. A tiny idea that changes how you perceive rejection is to see it as redirection. What if, without the rejection, you choose a career that made you hate going to work each day? Have you been there? What if, without rejection, you marry someone who verbally abused you every day? What if, without rejection, you kept trying to be somebody you're not to impress strangers? And the key idea comes down to this. Rejection might be saving your life and keeping you from harm. Remember, I said rejection is redirection. There's no guarantee that when you have a goal and get accepted as part of the process, the outcome will be the one you want. Rejection has secretly taken away what I don't want and brought me closer to what I do want. That idea could become true for you. So therefore, I've learned to redirect my rejection. Well, number 2, everyone is struggling. It's just invisible. Okay? You're not alone. Everybody, including Shaniqua, who seems as if she had it all together, got everything, worked out. She just got it going on. She go to work every day, and she get home and she pick up her kids from child care, and she feeding them the dinner and helping with the homework, and got the laundry all done, and the house all clean every day, and they got it. It just seems like from the outside looking in that she got it going on. The ones who are winning are likely struggling the most. The ones that are winning are likely struggling the most. Once you have success, it can change you. You can work harder to protect what you have instead of becoming grateful or using what you must inspire others. We take our success, and I've come across people that have taken their success and ran with it. They're not grateful that they got to that point, and they're not willing to share how they got to that point. And I just don't believe that we are to be that way. We ought to be grateful. We ought to share and inspire others that they can do it too, because this is the path I took. These are some of the steps I made. And when you share that information, it may not be for everybody, but just share it and let them choose what steps would be to their advantage. Getting what you want can be a curse. One of the best parts of any challenge is the struggle. The struggle builds your mind's mental muscle. We don't display huge labels on our forehead that tells us who is or who isn't struggling today. To live is to struggle. Just to live is to struggle. You can enjoy the struggle or hate it. Both realities are possible, and you get to position which idea serves you the most. Number 3, if you could hear people's thoughts, you'd see we're all crazy. If you could hear people's thoughts, and they have those movies, what's that, the name of that movie, What Men Want, I think it is. The actress was able to hear men's thoughts. So if you have not seen the movie, you can imagine some of the things that she heard out of their thoughts. Look, your life can feel like a mess if your thoughts never give you a break. Your mind is always trying to protect you from the next lion ready to attack you. Except you're not a caveman or woman anymore. And there isn't a lion ready to make you to make you their lunch. There isn't a lion that's ready to make dinner out of your pretty face. Life can feel like that little bit better when you understand just how noisy all of our minds are. Everybody's mind is going. Even the self-gurus in the back preaching mental toughness and pretending to be Navy SEALs, their minds are always going. It's rare that you will meet someone without a noisy mind. And if you do, well, they probably meditated for a long time to separate their being from their mind and experimented with the weird monk philosophy of enlightenment. If you haven't attended monk school, then perhaps that's not for you. It's okay to have meditation. It's okay to when you meditate, to try to work at quieting the mind. But your mind is always going. Number 4, tell yourself you're doing the best you can. I've had to tell myself that many times in the last 2 years, that I am doing the best that I can. There's no point in being angry with how you're doing. There is a high chance you're doing the best you can, or at least know you have to up your game. And that's the conclusion that I came to. When I realized that I was doing the best that I can, I revisited and said, okay, now it's time to up your game, because I have been doing the best that I can, but my best didn't level off. It was time to take it up. Okay, so we all hit rough patches and lose our motivation. The best of us experience times like that. An unexpected death in the family, or a goal you fell short on, can bring you down. Can just that bring you down. And you don't have to get right up again. You can take your time, do your best, and feel good about where you are. Examine yourself, see where you are, and then get back up. Because many times we experience life experiences, and when they cause us to get down, or it brings us down, we get caught in just laying there. We get caught in just being down. We create a pity party, and we ready to just hang out in that pity party for the rest of our lives. But we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that. Even if it's dealing with the death of a family member, I tell myself, what would they tell me to do? And 9 times out of 10, they would say, you know what? You need to get up out of this pity party. You need to get up and do something. So sometimes we have to remind ourselves what our friends and loved ones that have passed on would say to us, instead of just wallowing in the pity that we have gotten down from experiencing the fact that they've moved on to glory. You have more than you think. I can't remember what number I was on, but you have more than you think. I have talked to people from time to time who live in the now, who are living their dream and earn plenty of money for themselves. The truth is, if you are living your dream, doing what you have set out to do in your life, you have a lot more than you think. Now, if you have not got to that point where you're living in the now, or living your dream, or living out your goal, you still have more than you think. As long as you have breath in your body, you have an opportunity to work towards that goal. Excuse me, to work towards that goal. And sometimes we may have to rethink some things, rethink our ideas, write them all out, and rethink them on how to reach the goal. There are people all over the world that must walk a long way to get water while you sip your grande size Starbucks latte or your large Tim Hortons coffee. There are people that go somewhere at night, yet are homeless because they don't have access to people who can help them with their psychological problems. There are innocent people who had one too many rounds of bad luck and now can't buy food for their family. I know you think you don't have enough. And yes, you can always have more, of course, but when you get it, realize that it's not having more that you were chasing after. It's being able to give more. So we shouldn't look at we don't have enough. We should look at it that yes, we have more than what we think. And we're not chasing after getting more, but you're chasing after the fact of giving more. Giving more of the knowledge that you have. Giving more of sharing the life experiences that you've experienced. I've found out that there are many people that have experienced some things that I have been through, that I came forth with, and because I came forth with it, they were able to come forth with what they've experienced. You never know what the person next to you have experienced in their life, especially if you haven't been in their lives all their lives. And even with that, you could be a part of their life and still don't know what that person is going through or have gone through. But remember, it's not about chasing all that you can get, but it is about chasing the more that you can give. You don't have to wait. You can start now. So this part here is the lesson that kind of really sparked me, because I had got to the point where I felt like, well, I am approaching 57 and I have not reached some of the goals that I had set for myself. And so, well, it is what it is. You don't have to wait. You don't have to keep pushing it off. It don't matter how old you are. You can start now. Life feels good when you know you can always start now or start again. You don't have to wait for permission from anybody but yourself. So if you want to write, then write. If you want to sing, then sing. If you want to be a leader, then lead without the job title. But whatever it is you desire to do, just do it. And that's what I'm learning. I oftentimes tell myself, you know what? Girl, you got to be like Nike and just do it. Just get on up and do it. Because if we keep putting it off, we don't get it done. So now is the time to open your phone and get those ideas listed to get started, instead of always on your phone in the social media or, on whatever platform or what have you. Take some time off of that and open up the memo app and start writing down and typing in, listing your ideas. Tomorrow, write another idea. The next day, write down another idea and let it keep going and keep going. And as it keep going, you go back to the first one and start working on what you need to do to get that idea up and going. I commend those that have started their little entrepreneurial businesses. I've watched quite a few young ladies in the last couple of years really flourish in the businesses that they started. And I just feel like, They didn't wait. They didn't, they didn't put it off or what have you. But the idea was there, and they act on it, and that's commendable. That is commendable to these young ladies that I do know of that have done so and still working full-time jobs and going to school full-time and building their own empire with their own business. Yes, it's a lot. And raising their family is a lot. But I'm watching and learning that when you're focused on what you need to do, you'll get it done. Take one tiny step and then another. The key is not what you do, but when you do it. Now is the best time of all to start. I think about when I normally watch the Today Show, and I think it was one morning in February that it was announced that we were in the time of resignation, where people were resigning off of their jobs, and we're talking about six-figure jobs, and going after what they desire to do with their lives, whether it's start your own business or write a book, or and they're coming up with some of the what we would think is a crazy idea, but is being received, and people are flocking to what we would say that's just crazy. For example, there was a report on a woman that had lost loved ones, and she was grieving so till she struggled with getting back into the game, getting back into her way of life. And so she saw on the table where one of her daughters had left some slime. Okay. And I don't know if any of you know about the slime, but the slime, where the kids have, and they just pull it and reshape it and then ball it back up and reshape it again and everything. And I know we here in my household, we went through a season where the slime was everywhere, to the point where we were like, you know what? Don't bring no more slime in here. Don't want that here. Don't bring it back in because it was everywhere. But she picked it up and she started working with the slime and just, molding it and shaping it and everything. Then she messed it up and balled it up, and then she started over again and everything. And she said before she knew it, she had been sitting there for 4 hours doing nothing but just playing with the slime, and how relaxed it made her feel, and how for the first time she hadn't thought about everything that she had been going through. So she told her friend, and she had her friend to come over, and she gave her some slime. And then she looked up, and their daughters had came in, and they were playing with the slime. And they looked up, and she said the whole day had went past, and they were having so much fun just playing with this slime and not worrying about a care in the world. And so what did she do with that crazy thing? The crazy idea is she opened up a center where adults and children could come in and just play with the slime. They had it poured on their heads, or rolling around in it, or jumping in it, or just playing with it with their hands, or what have you. And she has made a business out of this, not just one center, but 2-3 centers, and was announcing that she was getting ready to open up in other states. Who knew? But the thing of it is that she took that that she saw that helped her relax and get things off of her, and to just breathe from life. And she realized other people need this too, so maybe I could help them. And I applaud her for that. We need to know that we can't just put off things that has been placed in our mind or in our heart or in our gut to do. It at this point, I feel like no stupid idea is not stupid. There's no stupid idea. Just get out there and try it. You may be waiting for that someone to take you on a date. Guess what? Take yourself. Take yourself on a date. Treat yourself. Take yourself to the movies. Take yourself out to eat. And there are people that do it and don't have a problem with doing it. And I used to be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going, nowhere by myself. Now, during the day, when I have time to myself, I am learning to enjoy myself with myself. I'm learning to enjoy me. So sometimes, yes, I may stop and get me a bite to eat. Sometimes, yes, I may, I'm at home by myself and enjoy the quietness, enjoy the peacefulness, and I'm able to do what I said in number one, or before I started numbering the ideas, is to just breathe and relax. We get caught up in pleasing others and worried about what others think of you, till we're no longer living for ourselves, we're living for them. I was just telling a young mother the other day. She stated to me, we were conversating, and she had went and bought some things for her child, and she was saying, I'm always buying for my child. I'm always buying for my child. I don't know when the last time I bought something for myself. And I stated to her, do not get in that trend that you're always getting for your children, or you're always getting for someone else. Take it from me. I've been there, done that. You cannot do that. I went for years thinking that when I go shopping, it had to be for my children. It had to be, for my home. I had to buy for them. I could not, I felt bad for buying for myself, because I felt like I should be buying for them, making sure that they're taken care of, they have everything that they need. And then after years of that, guess what happened? That was part of me losing myself. So learn how to balance it out. You can get for the kids, and then get for the spouse, and get for yourself, and just balance it out. That's what life is. That's what life is about. We're supposed to balance it, but don't get caught up in living and pleasing other people and you lose yourself. Trust me, I've been there. And now it's taken me to refine myself. And in finding myself, I've learned that I have to self-love on me. I have to issue self-care for me. I can't do it for you just because you my friend and you said, you didn't like my hairstyle or what have you. I'm sorry. I like it. And if I like it, I feel like you ought to love it, because you're not the one that's doing it nor paying for it to be done. And I hate to sound like I'm being smart mouthed about it, but in a way you kind of have to be to get to that point where you're not so focused on what other people think or what other people say about you, because you will literally find yourself pleasing others and you're miserable. You're miserable. I believe I'm at number 7. Give love and you'll receive love. We all secretly crave love from in some form or fashion, from parents, spouses, romantic partners, friends, and family. That's just human nature, that we crave love. Instead of craving love, why not give it? Why not give it? This simple idea could change everything for you and me. Instead of being so angry and bitter and adopting a scarcity mindset that tells you everybody is trying to take something away from you, why not give love? Not the cheesy type of love, but give love in the following forms. Tell someone you appreciate them. You want somebody to tell you that they appreciate you from time to time. But when was the last time you told somebody else that you appreciate them? Lift someone up when they're having a bad day. And these are things that we look for someone to be there for us in this way. Share some of your bonus checks with a human who needs it. So I put that in there because a child told me today, which was my grandson, he was so elated that he had received some money. And he received some money because of the fact that the person that gave it to them had received a bonus check. And because they received the bonus check, they blessed him. And he was so elated about it. But when do we, how often do we do things like that? It don't necessarily have to be a bonus. It could just be if the Lord lays something on your heart to just bless somebody with a few dollars. Why not do it? Hug your partner when they get home. Say, I love you more often. Maybe you'll get it back. And you won't be sitting up wondering, well, do they love me? Got what is that called? What flower? Sunflower. And they love me not. You don't have to worry about all of that. Be kind to people who need it and give love. Listen to this one. Give love to trolls and haters online by liking their comments and leaving beautiful replies. You know how you scroll through the timeline on Facebook and you see this person, and it's somebody that may have rubbed you the wrong way in the past, and you look at what they posted, you try to keep going, but then you go back and you look at it again, then you go to thinking about all the negative things that have transpired between you and them and everything, or what may have transpired from them to you, because they may not even know that you're feeling that way or have held on to something as long as you have, and then you're like, I'm not gonna push like, oh well, maybe I should. Oh, I'm not gonna congratulate them. Or maybe I should. Just go ahead on and show love, like and give a nice reply. You'd be surprised at the response that you get. Worry can expand and contract. Moving along. A lot of your worries can come from the need to own stuff. Everything you own requires your attention and maintenance, but you can feel good when you own less. How? What I'm learning is when we love ourselves, we are happy with our inner selves. That's what brings true happiness. It's not about the money. It's not about the amount of money that you have. I promise you, if you dig up the richest person that was in the world, or that is in the world, at one time Rockefeller was supposedly the richest person. I'm not sure who would top that list right now, but ask them. I dare you to try to get in touch with them and ask them, are you really happy? Are you really happy within yourself and happy with the life that you have? Because money don't buy happiness. Money only buy love for so much. It only carries you so far. Okay? So what I'm truly learning is that it must come from within. It must come from within, your happiness. And listen, don't be ashamed of the mask you wear. And I'm not talking about the physical mask that we've been wearing during this pandemic. When you go to work, you have the work mask. When you come home, you wear the relaxed mask as you sit on the couch. When you kiss your partner, you wear a mask then too. When you visit your parents, you have a different mask that says, don't worry, I'm fine. When you see your children, you have a mask that where you put on a smiling face. You are not one person, and your mask change throughout life. If you look back at the mask you wore a decade ago, you'll probably find the new ones you ordered from a fictional Amazon seller that sells personas are somewhat different. We wear masks based on the place and time we're in and who is going to be on stage with us. We're all acting. To live is to act in some form or another. Feel good about the mask you wear, whether they're trying to declutter them down to one, whether you're trying to declutter them down to one, but feel good about the mask that you wear. In other words, feel good about yourself so that you won't have to wear a mask to cover your true feelings. And lastly, the worst day ever. Is it? Is it? I've heard so many times in the last 2 years, this is the worst day ever. This is the worst day in my life that I've ever experienced. But is it? I left the most important idea until last. Picture your worst day. Now picture an even worse day. Now what I want you to do is fast forward to the last day of your life. Okay? You're sitting or lying in the hospital bed, and those who love you are all around you. Everyone in the room knows you're going to be dying soon. Your fate is sealed. You think back to your worst day. Now you think about your life in its entirety and wish you did more with it. You have terrible regrets? Which day feels worse to you now? Now think about this. If getting to the end of your life and realizing you have regrets is the worst thought imaginable, remember that you're not there yet. You still have time to make changes. You can make changes right now so that you get to the end of your life and don't have regrets. Your imaginary worst day is not worse than finishing your life with regrets, having half lived your way to the end. You can go out right now and choose to live a life of no regrets and feel good about life in general, and most importantly, feel good about your life. So out of these ideas that I have given you, these 10 ideas that will make you feel good about your life, most importantly, think about what may go down on the last day of your life, thinking of your worst day of your life, and start making changes to please who? You. To please you. I thank you for tuning in to Monday Moments with Patrina L. Listen, this lesson that I went through for myself and still going through it is helping me. And I hope that you would take it and apply it to help you. We're all, as I stated, struggling. May not want to admit it. It's okay. Once you take that mask off, when you get behind closed doors, and realize once you've taken that mask off that I'm fine, I'm good, I got it, I'm together. Hey, I'm not going through this. I'm not. When you get behind closed doors and remove the mask and look at yourself for real and realize, yes, I am going through. Yes, I am struggling with just life, period. Then I hope you would revert back to what I've stated tonight and go through and start making some changes so that when you leave from here, you have no regrets of how you lived your life. You have no regrets of how you lived your life because you lived it to please yourself. Thank you for tuning in to Monday Moments with Patrina L. Look, like, share, comment. I hope that you have enjoyed what you've heard on tonight. And those that are watching the replay, I hope you enjoy it. Let somebody know, invite somebody to, and tell them, look, if you enjoy the Monday Moments with Patrina L, let them know. I want you to check this out on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. and listen to Monday Moments with Patrina L. And we will see you next time, next week, same time, same station. You all have a blessed night.